Good afternoon. Welcome to the final day here for the GVA Wind Festival on the shores of Lake Geneva. My name is Sandy. I'm your host and I'm joined in the booth, as always, by Greta Marchega. Greta, finals day.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Sandy. I mean, it's already finals day. Can you believe it? This week just flew by, but today is the most exciting day of the week because, as you mentioned, it's finals day.
Yeah, we will be crowning our 2024 European Tow-In champion today. And after the last week, there's going to be a bit of a battle for it, I think.
Oh, my God. I mean, we've seen epic action.
Yep.
Big names. Some of the riders are very, very close. They're just onto each other's heels. So everything is possible, as we know from Tow-In. We love to be surprised. We love the big show, and we can't wait to get it started.
Absolutely, yeah. But before we get into today, let's take a little look at some of the highlights from qualification 2 yesterday.
Ciao everyone and welcome to day 4 here.
In my possession, no doubt in my mind, no question. I hold the keys to my successes. Greatness lives inside of me. Cut me open, bleed royalty. I've never known defeat. That's for the weak. For the throne, you better show loyalty. Nothing can stand in my way. I look it right in the face. I'm never slowing down. Yeah, I'm winning this race. Can't hold me back. Can't hold me down. It's time for me to own it now. I'm on a whole new level. I'm on a whole new level.
Only the following riders are advancing into tomorrow's big final. Leonard Neubauer, Jamie Howard, George Chrysley, Tigo Hort, and from the female side, Miss Lisa Kloster.
I'm very happy. It didn't went fully as I wanted, like in the practice. It was a bit better, but now I can do and maybe show even more in the final tomorrow.
I'm never slowing down. Yeah, I'm winning this race. Can't hold me back. Can't hold me down. It's time for me.
I'm pretty happy. It definitely could have gone worse. I'm just glad I got 2 moves landed cleanly because the judges, they want to see. I mean, they like seeing the big stuff, but if you crash at the end, they don't always reward it so well. So I'm just glad I've stuck a couple good landings.
To own it now. I'm on a whole new level.
Feeling good. I was happy with.
Yeah, pretty buzzing. Just wanted to make it there first and then the rest will follow. But yeah, it's difficult with the level of everyone at the moment, but I need to think of some new stuff overnight and dream windsurfing and Tow-In and see what I can come up with.
The level so high. When I was on the water, I saw everybody like flying around. It was amazing. Today I went a little bit for safe. Maybe tomorrow can go standing it.
The big Tow-In final is coming up tomorrow, so make sure to don't miss it and tune in. Oh my God, that was so epic yesterday. Yeah. I loved it. It's been amazing. What an incredible show. What an ambience. What a vibe. The sunset. It's been perfect for the second qualification of Tow-In.
Yeah, it was just an amazing Saturday evening here at Tropical Corner. You know, it's such a great spot. And
absolutely.
It's such a juxtaposition, you know, having like Geneva, as you said, you know, in the past days. Geneva's not a city or a place you associate with water sports, but actually, you know, as you can see behind us, it's kind of the perfect area for it. You know, there's guys pump foiling, there's people windsurfing, there's people paddleboarding. There's people doing every water sport there, and there's such a community here, and it's been great to get the guys to put on a bit of a show for them, guys and girls.
Exactly.
And yesterday we saw some incredible moves going down. You know, Jamie Howard just taking to the skies, going absolutely massive. It was funny, like in the lead up to it yesterday, because it was in the evening. You know, he kind of said maybe you kind of almost have all day to like let the nerves kind of build up. You know, it's not like a traditional windsurf competition where you've got the wind and you go when the wind says. You're getting ever closer to your time. And you know, if this is right at 6 o'clock, this is when we're doing it. So as you get to 4 o'clock, you're like, oh, I don't know. And then you get to 5, and I mean, he didn't need to be nervous, you know,
exactly.
But he was, and he managed to stomp that Pasco his last run, and I think he was really happy about that. You know, he was definitely thinking a lot. What should I be doing? And I was like, dude, just go and do what you always do, you know. And of course, Leonard Neubauer as well, just putting in such an amazing performance. But before we get into all the Tow-In, let's take a little look at the foil style rankings for this year. Sadly, as we said, didn't quite get the breeze that we were looking for in order to be able to run the foil Before the event started, there was full power 4-0, too windy for foils, probably.
Yeah, I mean,
except
classic
Muller,
classic story. You know, the day before competition, super windy. As soon as the competition starts,
Absolutely.
the wind is playing cat and mouse with us.
Yeah, for sure. But that is the look at the foil style rankings for the season. So as you can see, Leonard Neubauer just doing a clean sweep this year. 2024
Absolutely.
is very much the year of Leonard Neubauer. He put in such an incredible performance earlier this year in Viesta and has really stepped up the foil style and kind of changed it and in terms of the diversity of moves. And of course, Jento Kers and Steven van Broekhoven finishing up the podium there. So that is it for the foil style. But let's go back to talking about the toe-in. There's been two moves that have really set a new bar. The double air culo and the Sam air, that triple air rotation. And they have really kind of like changed toe-in, I think.
Yeah,
absolutely. And the two
absolutely.
riders as well that have been doing those moves.
Yeah, I mean, Sam, he's famous for his Sam airs. I mean, we could see some clips of him already last year going absolutely viral. And then there is Yentl, obviously. And I mean, those two riders are basically really big influencers in toe style and inspiring a lot the other riders as well. And I think you had a little chit chat with them this morning about their incredible moves. So let's have a look at those.
Welcome to the final day of the GVA Wind Festival here in Geneva. Over the last few days, we have seen some incredible moves going down from all the riders in both qualification 1 and 2 with an absolute firework of freestyle moves, but it has very much been about two moves in particular. First up, the double air culo. Loads of riders are stomping this move in the wind, with a few of them landing it in the toe-in scenario as well, and Jento Kers managed to stomp a perfect one in qualification round 1 and secure himself a spot in the finals today. Next up, the Sam air, the first triple air rotation ever done in windsurfing. Sam Steve was the first rider to stomp this a couple of years ago right here in Geneva, but over the last couple of days, Jento Kers has managed to land a couple. I'm sure you guys have seen it on Instagram. So will we be seeing that move or the double air culo from any of the riders in the final today? We can't wait.
I mean, first of all, double air culo is one of my favorite moves to do just in normal windsurfing. It's like one of the moves not many guys are still landing, so I really enjoy doing it and pushing the other ones to try it and practice it. Then doing it in toe-in is a whole different story. Just the lineup going in that normal stance to hit the wave is, you know, it's like not like with the switch we can steer and everything. On the normal hand you're a bit twisted up. So going to the wave, the double air culo. Still stoked to do it, and I hope to see more people trying it. Really bad teacher. I don't really. But yeah, you take off it as much power as you can, also trying to hit the wave with as much stiffness in your body to not absorb the wave, but like really hit it to get a big takeoff and trying to spin around as fast as possible. I mean, at the end, the double air culo, the landing is the same as a normal culo. You just did an extra spin in the air. You come from higher usually, but it is like you say, it's hard to land as we are used to land into the sail with power. And now often a toe-in, it flips a bit clue first, but you want to pull that clue for the wind, what we're used to, and it's not there. So it's better to land like straight up and try to flip the sail. What often with switch is easier than doing it on the regular with the culos. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think me and Sam have a little bit a different style of taking off. As he goes more into a little bit more a burner rotation, I prefer going in the air funnel rotation. I feel like in the burner you maybe get a bit more spin, but you get more height with the air funnel. So there we are a little bit on a different way, but at the end it's the same move happening at the end, and like spinning 3 times around is crazy. Like you cannot do that in normal winter, not yet. It will come. I believe everything is possible. Just it has to work in your mind, and everything we can do in toe-in should be possible in windsurfing in the right place, right conditions. Who knows, maybe you could land and spin into another 360, but also when you land with power, you maybe stop spinning because you pull in the sail and you get power in the sail and you might plane out or whatever, you know.
Okay, well, I landed first was in New Zealand, MC in Austria in 2017, something like this. And I wanted to do a double air rotation, and I went for it 2.5. And then I was thinking like, what is possible? It's crazy, that move, I can land it. So that's the first time, and then the second time was here in Geneva two years ago for the last run of the competition, out of the competition. And here the wave was much more bigger than in Austria, and so I flew much more, and I could do a triple rotation and landed it for the second time. For a moment, I only landed on toe-in, but I think in real wind it's possible to land it, of course. With the big wave and strong wind, I think it's possible. Yeah. It's only here we have special conditions with fast speed, like almost 70 km/h before kicking the wave, and then the wave is so big and perfectly shaped for big tricks. No, it's a bit different. I do more like a burner. Yeah. The first rotation do really like try to be more vertical, and the second one more horizontally. Yeah. So it's a bit more like a burner into air funnel. Yeah, yeah. And try to control it to land it flat. But I see yesterday that Yentel is doing it completely different. Yeah. It looks like air funnel, the double rotations. So I'm really surprised that it works as well like this. I think I will stay on my technique because I didn't try his technique, and he's really strong and he landed so perfectly. So I think I will stay on my normal summer trick.
For the finals today, do you think you'll be trying to land it?
We'll see the condition how it is, because the wind will return. So maybe I will try something else. But if the conditions are good, I will try it. Yeah.
Great to hear from the guys there, getting into it a little bit more. The techie talk for all you freestyle nerds out there. You know how to. I'm the king of them. Trust me. You know, I would have loved to have heard all this stuff. A few years ago. So it's great to get this insight from them about breaking it down and how they take off. And I love how candid and honest Yentel is about it. And he's just like, I don't know what I do. Yentel's just like, he's like, for me, it's muscle memory. And he's
yes.
He says, he's like, I'm not the best coach, because he's like, I just don't really know what I do. And it's like, he kind of just, but you saw that in the day when he did that triple air rotation. He went out and did it once, crashed, next run, he just landed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to see those two kind of different approaches. I mean, they're two different riders. I would say Yentel is the more techie one. Sam is maybe a bit more into style. So let's say it a bit like this. And it's very, very interesting to get this comparison from the both of them. So yeah, very cool insights.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting a good view there of our area, our arena, shall we say. You can see the riders there. They are making their way out. To get ready. George Grisley with a fresh shave there. He's gonna be going faster than ever.
I mean, faster than ever, more aerodynamic,
Those guys are in this final. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how these guys get on.
Absolutely.
And how they do it. I mean, as we said, the bar has been set very high with Yentel Kers. Being with that triple air rotation. But yeah, and with Sam Steve as well. He's not necessarily up on the rankings there, but he could definitely come away with an event win here. Leonard Neubauer, though, really he's going to be looking to do things differently. And yesterday, it's the way that Leonard lands everything that I think sets the difference between himself and the other guys. He lands everything like basically fully planing.
Yeah, I mean, this is also maybe an important point to mention for you spectators at home. Obviously, the judges really love the creativity. They love the airtime. But what really counts is obviously a clean landing, not being out of control, not crashing, really stomping the move, as we always used to say. So this is actually one of the main points where the judges are then obviously giving higher scores.
Absolutely. And let's take a little look at the starting grid here we've got here for all the athletes that will be taking part in today's final. So this is the men's you're seeing on screen. So it's the top 4 from qualification 1 and the top 4 of qualification 2, and they will all be going up against each other. So Tigo Court, George Grisley, Fivo Supras, Tim Gerdes, Sam Steve, Jamie Howard, Jento Kers, Leonard Neubauer.
Oh my God.
Names.
Yes, very big names. Very, very exciting. And obviously, please, let's not forget about the girls. We have also 2 more girls joining. Miss Lisa Kloster and Maike Hooverman. They're the girls who advanced as well. And yeah, very looking forward to some female power as well in this one coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Maike Hooverman, you know, she's really stepped it up. And I think in the training earlier, you know, there was a lot of whooping and shouting. I didn't see it myself, but I think she was putting down some real moves in the training. And Mike has been pretty honest about all this stuff, and so has Lisa, and actually, you know, all the athletes as well. You know, towing is one of those things, like outside of a competition format or outside of an event, they don't necessarily get to do it that much.
No, exactly.
So actually utilizing the time at an event to really practice it and get stuck into it, as it becomes more and more part of these events, you know, whether it's as a show when there's no wind, or in a competition setting like this, I think it's really cool to see them kind of embracing it and getting stuck into it.
Absolutely.
Towing does have its naysayers, and you know, we see the comments and people saying it's not windsurfing and all this. And to quote Leonard Neubauer, if you think it's not windsurfing, come and show us how to do it instead. You know,
very good quote.
It's one of those things. It's
always easy to criticize, right?
Of course,
it's always easy to be outside to criticize and to know better, but come here and show us.
Absolutely, and we are getting stuck into the first run of the day, so it will be the goofy.
Yes, ladies first.
Yeah.
Let's go for Lisa.
Yeah, right foot forward riders will be going first to jump off the wave.
Speeding up, and the boat advancing as well.
Let's see what Lisa's got for us as she heads towards the wave. Whoa, a bit of tweak on that. Almost looking like she was going for a shaka rotation there. But yeah, the board got a bit stuck. She kind of got too stuck onto her toe edge. I think she wanted to do the shaka, which would have been, you know, kind of throwing the sail down and going more onto the heels. But yeah, just didn't quite manage to get what she wanted. But solid first run there from Lisa Kloster.
And she's all smiles, she's happy, and she's okay, so that's the most important
That
thing.
is the important thing. But let's break this down a little bit. Yeah, she definitely looked like she wanted to go for the shaka, you know, trying to kind of lift the board up into the wind, but kind of lifted up with her back leg rather than the front leg. Just didn't quite get that kind of signature sort of scoop look that you get when going for the shaka. But Lisa Kloster, as Greta said, all good, and she will be making her way out for her next run. So if you're just joining us, we've just started the final. So it is the goofy riders up first. So the riders going right foot forwards. So that is Lisa Kloster, who has just been, followed by Maike Hooverman, Tigo Court, George Grisley, and then Maike will be going for her second run as well. So they get each rider gets 3 runs. So that will be that, and then round 2, all the riders will be going for their run without the wave, so on the flat water. So that's all about mixing it up, doing some different combinations, getting really technical with it, and then finally all the regular riders will be going out for their turn on the wave. So guys going left foot forwards. So yeah, it's going to be an absolute firework of freestyle. Lisa Kloster has put down the first run of the day, scoring only 2 points, so not ideal. It's worth you know, you kind of want to go for something that you know. Last year, she did manage to pull off the shaka in the tow-in, which is a really hard move to do in tow-in. You very much need the wind, and yeah, you get the apparent wind, but it's a very difficult move to get into that position. As we see Maike Hooverman getting up and going. She's getting pulled by the winch. So Jento yesterday saying, and Sam in that interview earlier, 75 kilometers an hour these guys are going. So almost double as fast as you would be going if it was windy. So to be able to pull it off, wow, go over the Pasco there from Maike Hooverman. Sick one. Went fully inverted there, going for it. And she's good as well, throwing the shaka at the camera. Awesome there from Maike Hooverman, going big. And you can see it's all good vibes there as Lisa helps her get it. Let's take a little look at the replay of this from another angle. Whoa, it's almost like went into like a push loop. Yeah. From the other angle, that looks completely different. That was like a almost, yeah, complete sort of push loop rotation. Leaned so far back there. Somehow she managed to bring the gear back underneath her, or back out round from underneath her. That was really, really sick. Judges quite enjoying that. 3.5 there for Maike Hooverman. So far taking the lead. Lisa Kloster's score actually downgraded slightly, a 183. So yeah, judges being a little bit harsh perhaps, dare I say. So as you can see there, they're taking the winch back out. So we've got Tigo Court and George Grisley sat out there waiting for their turn on the ramp. Mike Hooverman will be making her way back out. She will be going again. Lisa Gloucester will actually be joining the guys for the regular wave. So I would say we're going to see her in that regular stance position. So going for like a Kulo or a Bob or a Kono, you know, those sort of regular stance maneuvers. Because essentially when you get up and start with the toe in, you're kind of already in that switch ducked position. So she'll be going the other way around. And I believe Tigo Court will also be doing that as well. Comments coming through on YouTube. What do you mean by goofy riders? What I mean by goofy riders is they are in a goofy stance. So regular stance is when you have left foot forwards. Goofy stance is where you have right foot forwards. So these guys are going, as you can see, Tigo there getting up. His right foot is in the front foot strap. Because they want to take off on that side. So they go switch. They'll step into switch on port tack when it's windy and then duck the sail. So that is the side that they want to do these kind of tricks. So they will get to go first, and then it will be all the riders will do their run with no wave while the boat resets. And then the guys, the regular riders, so left foot forwards, they will go after that. Hopefully that clears that up. We're not saying they're goofy in a personality sense, just their stance. There's George Grisley getting the media as well. Bit of behind the scenes action there for all of you guys checking us out on social media at Freestyle Pro Tour on Instagram. Make sure you're following. There's a lot of great behind the scenes. And of course, all the highlights of all the moves. As we see Tigo Court winding up, he's going to go big. I think we're going to see a big burner, hopefully adding a 360 to it. Let's see what he's got. There's the burner. There's the 360. Wow, nice. Again, you know, the riders, in Yentl and Sam and Steve saying it earlier in that interview, and even Jamie Howard, you know, said it a lot yesterday as well, and the judges really are looking for a landing. They want to see, you know, you can go really big, but unless it's innovation, they really want to see you kind of landing it. But that was really, really sick from Tigo there. Fully went round the 360. He's got that move absolutely nailed down. But yeah, sadly just didn't quite manage to bring the board back underneath him fully. So yeah. Will be interesting to see what the judges score for that. Cool what they were saying as well about the way you hit the ramp. You don't want to hit the ramp straight on. You notice there Tigo kind of hit it at a bit of an angle and almost where it's already broken. Because sometimes if you hit it straight on, it pushes you so far back. You actually need to lean even further forwards than you'd think. Oh, really sick one there. Almost like a Pasco sort of rotation. Let's check this out in slow motion. You see he goes across it. So full burner, and then he comes down and round. He's in that 360 already. Oh, so sick. But yeah, just too far on the heels. Looks like he came out the strap. And here we go. George Grisley getting up and ready for it. He was one of the guys really kind of throwing into it. You know, he said earlier he's not in contention for the title this year. He was the 2023 tow-in champion last year. But yeah, he's not in contention for the title this year. So he is all about just going big. He just wants to put on a bit of a show, and he very much did that yesterday. Let's see what he's got for us today. He's got that fresh haircut as well. He's going to be going fast. So yeah, holding on, and then you're going to see that line start to go. This is actually one of the hardest parts of towing is getting into this position. You see the board's kind of underwater, but as soon as he starts to pick up speed, lifting that sail up, for those of you out there who've tried towing, I'm sure you'll agree, yeah, this is basically the hardest bit. Once you're kind of up and going, you just sort of settle into a position, and it's quite chill. So hands on the boom, you can see feet getting up into those foot straps, and now he can relax a bit. Looks like there's a little bit of swell on the water there. Hopefully that doesn't disrupt his ride too much. Heading towards the ramp. Let's see what he's got for us. Let's go. Oh, Kit keeps going there. Absolutely ghosted the equipment. Kit went another few meters there without George. It didn't quite get the memo that he was meant to stay on. Really, really big rotation there. Looks like he's checking his equipment. Everything all right? Yeah, frustrating one there for George, but really, really sick rotation there. I'm excited to see the replay of that one. He goes like so much into that kind of shaka position. You know, that the sail's so horizontal, but his board also goes so horizontal as well. Really like both shins must be fully on the foot of the sail. Kind of reminds me of like Adrien Bosson, one of the best French riders. Used to do these amazing like shakas, go so big. And it's that sort of position right in the middle of the rotation there, but just got completely whipped out of the foot straps. Oh, that shaka position came round, yeah, came out of the foot straps there at the end. oh, such a unique style on that. But yeah, sort of two full rotations in the air, and there you can see, yeah, just lost the equipment. A shame there for George, but going big, as I said, and it'll be interesting to see how the judges are scoring that. Here you're seeing a bit of a better look at the winch there. It's essentially like a backwards quad bike with the winch attached to it. So there's the scores up there. So you can see Tigo Core actually being scored slightly higher there than George Greisley. So, you know, having that little bit more control in the air and coming down and almost kind of landing it but not managing to fully stay out on the board. Actually, the judges enjoyed that more than just kind of throwing yourself around these crazy rotations. Next up, it is Micah Hooverman. So this is the last rider for this section, the first round, which is the riders riding in that goofy stance, that right foot forwards, going off the ramp, and then we will switch to no wave. So it will be all about those combination moves. This is where I get really excited. Leonard Neubauer was just putting down, so he put down an incredible air funnel burner yesterday, and then this crazy like over rotated air funnel, and somehow managed to jump into another rotation. And right by the rocks. It was such a great show for the crowds. And let's see what Micah Hooverman's got for us as she makes her way towards it. Oh, didn't like that. She was in a bit of an awkward position there. Maybe a bit of chop. She's looking down at her board. So because she didn't try a move, she will get to go again. So that's the rule. If you don't manage to get to the point where you can try a maneuver, you get to reset and go again. So yeah, she will make her way back out to the pontoon. You can see they're already getting the winch and taking that back out as well. And she will get another go. So Lisa Kloster sitting there waiting for it. As I said, you can see as well in the background just now all the other riders making their way out for that no wave setting. And that's where we do start to see things a bit differently. There's the boys there waiting. Jamie Howard giving a bit of a yawn, a little bit sleepy there. You know, kind of waiting to get up and going. It's always that way kind of just before it starts and you start to get in your own head a little bit. You know, it's the best thing to do is try and just maintain that flow state. Leonard Neubauer summed it up perfectly when I was chatting to him the other day. You know, he was like, I try to just remain present, and it sounds corny, but it's so true. You know, I say be where your feet are. You know, don't get too caught up in it, and you end up kind of thinking about the heat after the heat, or you know, the finals when you're still not even in the semi-finals yet. You know, literally just take it in sense of toe-in. It's just taking it run by run. You know, and just see how you get on. Just focus on the move that's right in front of you. And I mean, it's paid off for Leonard Neubauer. So I guess it's one of those things that all the other riders and in life as well, we can definitely take into account. If you're watching over on YouTube, leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, who you want to see up on the podium. You can see a couple of the other riders there getting ready. Tim Geldes, one of the local Brouwersdam guys, coming over here, put down a great show in qualification one, a really nice burner 360. One of the kind of understated riders that we've got here. You know, he really keeps a low profile, but yeah, a great personality. He's always great to have around at the events, and he just sort of shows up and gets the work done. Yeah, and he's really talented on the foil as well. You know, definitely one of the pioneers in the foil style, putting down some really great moves. You know, huge one-handed burners, and yeah, just a very well-rounded windsurfer. Yeah, it's going to be great to watch him over the next couple of years and see how he gets on. So Mike Hooverman is back on the pontoon, and I think she will be winding up for her final run there. So as you saw, she didn't quite manage to, you know, something looked like something went a bit wrong. You know, maybe she spun out a bit, and you kind of do have that option to sort of press the abort button. If it doesn't feel right, you know, it's only if you try a move, then that's it. That counts as your go. But if you don't manage to do that, then you do get another chance. And I think that's what Micah was sort of looking for there. So let's see what she's got for us. So as you can see in that crouch position, she's got her hands on the winch. The winch is going to start going. It's pulling them at around, 70 kilometers an hour, something like that. So really fast. You know, Yentl was saying yesterday, usually they're going at around sort of 40, something like that, you know, if it's flat water like this when it's windy. So they're doing nearly double the speed that they would usually be doing. So you do have to adjust that technique ever so slightly. And we're seeing her coming towards the ramp. Let's see what she's got for us. Oh, goes round that air funnel and just gets really compressed trying to do that second rotation there. a bit frustrating for Mike. I'd say she was definitely wanting more. But again, it may be the kind of flat water is where she's really going to come into her own. She's such a technically gifted sailor. You know, she's really got all those technical moves and the kind of combinations. So it'd be interesting to see how she performs in that. But the airtime there, she definitely went big. I would say her first run was a bit better. It was like a push loop. That first one, it was so sick. Yeah, that one there, not quite as good. We'll just wait and get the replay. I want to see that in slow-mo, see what happened. It looked like she just didn't quite manage to bring the kit properly underneath her as she went into that second rotation. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look. You guys at home, let me know. It looked like everything was going well. This is the slow-mo. So yeah, maybe tucked up a bit too much with that back leg, bit too much weight over it. Yeah, it's there. Just got fully stretched out there. Didn't quite manage to like keep the sail where she was. You know, her arms just straightened a little bit too much. And Greta is down on the pontoon with Mr. Jentel Cares.
Jentel, it's final day. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm excited. We saw already the first rounds happening from, and they're sending it, so the pressure is on, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So what can we expect from you? Can you already tell what's going to be on the menu?
Safe is not on the menu. We just want to go big.
Go big or go home, right?
Exactly. It's
right.
all for the show, all for the fun.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Good luck, Jentel, and we can't wait to see you, giving us a proper show like you did especially during the last days.
Thank you. Yeah, we go for it.
Definitely. All right, back to you to the studio, Sandy.
That's what we like to hear from Mr. Jentel Cares. He is all about the show, and he's been quite vocal about that in the past. You know, of course, he's going to compete, he's going to get stuck in, but he kind of views towing really as putting it on as a show and showcasing windsurfing to as many people as possible. You know, it's very rare. Even if you don't have the slightest clue about windsurfing, you've never seen it before in your life, it's hard to watch these guys, you know, jumping off the ramp and not think it's pretty cool and not think it's amazing. You know, it's why it draws in such a huge crowd over the last few days. And even though the weather here in Geneva, as you can see, it is a bit grey. It kind of rained a little bit earlier. I think the rain stopped now, but there's such a huge crowd on the beach gathering already. And you can see there, you know, in the background, it's such a beautiful place. And we're so appreciative of Tropical Corner for having us. But yeah, at the same time, we're very glad to be able to put the show on. And speaking of the show, Greta is down on the pontoon again with Mr. Leonard Neubauer.
Leonard, it's all or nothing. The big final is up. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good. I slept really well. Conditions are, I would say, similar to yesterday. Wind with a slightly different direction, but I think it's pretty much perfect.
Just missing out a little bit on the sun, but it doesn't matter because it's still warm.
You don't care.
So what is your goal for today?
Honestly, just I know if I make my moves, I know I will probably position quite well. Try not to stress myself too much about positions and everything. It's not really in my hand, but I'm just trying to enjoy, have as much fun as possible, and I think we'll put on a good show.
Amazing. And I mean, we've seen earlier a big video interview with Jentel and Sad about their triple moves.
Yeah.
Are you inspired by those ones?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to try any in this heat, depending on how well the first two runs go. But I think it's for sure the future of the sport, and every year we're going to come here, I think we might see a rotation or half rotation more. Yeah, so I think the next few years are going to be exciting, but this final, I'm sure we'll have it in it.
Definitely, we can't wait. So all the best, good luck.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to see some dry hair at the end. Eh?
Sure thing.
All right, back to you, Sandy, in the studio.
Always professional there from Mr. Leonard Neubauer. And he's definitely a man who doesn't like to get that hair wet, but I suppose if I had majestic curls like that, I wouldn't want to get them wet either. And luckily for him, he very rarely crashes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing his runs coming up. If what he's been doing over the last few days is anything to go by. And really interesting to hear what he said there about what the other riders are doing, and it just speaks further to his kind of mindset about it. Is like he's kind of not really taking any notice of it. You know, he's like, yeah, cool, these guys are trying the triples. I'm not going to do it. I've got my game plan, and this is what I'm going to do. But also great to hear that, you know, this event really is like the at the forefront of freestyle windsurfing at the moment. Of course, yeah, it's towing. But I mean, in terms of like innovation of these different moves that we're seeing, this event is that. You know, over the last couple of years, we've just seen new things. And I also, to echo what Leonard said, I'm really, really excited to see what it brings over the next couple of years for the sport. Because I think seeing these moves going down, it really is a signpost of where the sport is going. And of course as well on the other side you've got Bals Muller in the foil style landing that Kono Diablo, and actually the day before the event started here he landed it on the fin for the first time, and he spoke to me briefly about where he sees that move going even further. He's felt himself going into other rotations and even other moves within that. I don't want to spoil it for him. I know he said he wanted to talk about it himself, but I'm really excited. I think we are at a bit of a tipping point here, and I think freestyle windsurfing is going to kind of innovate and change quite a lot, and it's thanks to events like this where the guys are able to practice this. And speaking of that, we've got one of the best showmen in the business, Fivos Supras, coming in hot for his flat water run of the day. Let's see what he's got for us. Wow, stomped it. And there's the claim, and he goes down. He doesn't mind getting his hair wet. And there it is. He's so stoked with that one. Yeah, that was such a sick one. The first air funnel there, he travelled so far. It's that kind of flakka shaka rotation, but technically I suppose it is still an air funnel. I mean, whatever you call it, it looks pretty good. And I don't know whether you guys heard on the stream the whoop from the crowds, but they seem to absolutely love that one. Fivos will be really stoked with that one. Excited to get his words and his thoughts there. You can see him making his way into the pontoon. But that was a really, really sick move there. That kind of, flakka shaka rotation, but almost all in the air, both of those rotations. There was no kind of real sliding. Just wait to get a little replay of it. I want to see that in slow-mo. So next up, we've got Tigo Court coming up. Yeah, it definitely was like a kind of shaka rotation. So there's the air funnel there. So you can see bounces down and just pops straight into that next rotation. It's definitely like a kind of shaka. And this one, all completely in the air. The nose doesn't even tap at all. God, yeah, I bet that felt good. And you can see almost like skids out of it, flips the sail, waves to the crowd, and dunks his head in. Really, really nice there from Fivos Supras. Next up, Tigo Court. So Tigo had a great burner 360 off the wave earlier on. This is his flat water run, and then he will actually be joining the guys for his second run on the wave next time, and he will be going in that regular position. So I'd say we're going to see a kind of a culo, double air culo maybe even. He stomped a really nice culo in qualification 2 yesterday, and that secured him a spot in this final today. So yeah, he'll be looking to kind of replicate that success, I would say. But first up is his flat water run. I think we're going to see some sort of air funnel rotation, something similar to what Fivos has done there, but Tigo doesn't quite do the kind of sort of flakka shaka rotations. Let's see what he's got. Oh, not what he wanted there. He's looking down at his board. Something happened. Yeah, not happy with that one. Just a kind of funnel there. I know most of us watching at home would be really, really stoked with that one. But these are the best guys in the world. I think Tigo's probably not too stoked with that. It looked like his board got a bit caught on something. Or, just sort of took off a bit awkwardly. Didn't quite manage to get the kind of full release. Yeah, just really awkward on the takeoff. Didn't quite manage to get it. You see him looking down at his board. So yeah, not the run that he wanted there. So yeah, you can see he's looking a bit forlorn, a bit frustrated. Tigo Court there. So yeah, points coming in 8.84. Fivos Supras straight in with a 6.5 for that sort of flakka shaka rotation earlier on. So that'll put him in pretty good stead as we move towards it. And he's also it's worth noting he's in the top 4 for the overall title as well. So he's really going to be wanting to have a good day today. Looks like Tigo's score there going up to 9 as well. Julia Maas on screen there joined us for the qualification. Kind of one of the godfathers of towing. Was a pro for many years, and he's now, he saw this event last year, and then basically apparently he was like, right, I've just got to be a part of this year. So came along to join us and sent some runs yesterday for the crowd in the qualification. Unfortunately, didn't manage to get himself through into the finals, but he's definitely here. He's definitely enjoying the vibe here, and it's great to see him back. I'm sure any freestyle windsurfer out there will know who Julia Maas is, from the video projects he's done to, his action in the competition scene over the years. All right, next up, Tim Geldes, another one of the Brouwersdam Rippers coming here along with Tigo Court and of course Bodie Kempen as well. Let's see what Tim has got for us. He's really got the kind of burner 360 rotations really down. He always goes one-handed. Let's see what he's got for us. And there's the burner, but doesn't quite manage to hang on for that 360. Frustrating one there for Tim. Yeah, it's definitely not what he would have wanted. So hopping back on his board, he will be making his way back out. He's still got 2 goes on the ramp. So as I said, each rider gets 3 runs. So if you don't have a great run, it's not too bad. You know, ideally you want to be getting 3 good runs in. But you know, he doesn't look too frustrated there. He's sporting a very much business in the front, party in the back hairstyle. A bit different to what George is rocking, but it's nice to see the guy styling it up a little bit for the finals today. So let's watch that again. So yeah, taking off on that burner. Yeah, he just didn't quite get the pop. You see, he kind of took off on his back foot a little bit. Just didn't quite manage to get that height. I mean, he still managed to save it there really nicely, but yeah, just not. You can see he was kind of leaning back a little bit too much. And let's go to Greta, who is down with Fivos Supras.
One happy Fivos. What an amazing first run of this final today.
Yeah, finally it's the Flaka into Air Shaka. It feels like that. And I was trying the last days also in the training and in the qualification. It worked somehow, but not perfectly. And now this was like fully planing and it felt so smooth. Oh, I loved it.
I mean, we loved it, the crowd loved it, everybody loved it. Was this also some kind of release for you a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, because now we have two runs with a wave, and for the flat we only have this one chance, and you have to make it stick. And so I have two tries with a wave now. Let's see, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more creative than in the qualifying and make the crowd happy, hopefully make myself happy.
Sounds good. So let's be honest, what do you prefer, the flat water or the wave? I mean, the wave is very unique here and most of the riders, they really love it.
I love the flat because you can make a lot of stuff really smooth, but with a wave you get the boost, you get the height, it's just more adrenaline. I like it.
Perfect. Talking about it, let's go back to you guys.
Oh, and there it is, the air funnel burner from George Grisley. He is going to be so stoked with that one. Oh, he put the video out the other day. He's been doing quite a lot of toe-in training over in Vasiliki, which he now calls home. So he will be basing himself out of there, obviously working at Club Vass out there many years, and you know, still mixing up with all the instructors out there who still all sail to a very high level. So you know, a great training ground for him and a great base for him to travel to events. And he put a video out there of him doing a load of toe-in with the all the local kind of riders and all the instructors there. And he did the air funnel it in toe-in, and I know he's been really chasing it during the competition, so he'll be really stoked to be able to land it when it really matters as we get down into the business end of this event on finals day. And then it looks like the judges have rewarded that 11.67 there for George. So if he can put in a really good score on his last run on the wave, that'll put him in good contention, I would say, to come away fairly high up in terms of this event. Really nice air funnel burner there. Absolute text. It almost looks like it was sped up. Let's see it in slow-mo here. So there's the air funnel staying two-handed. Bit of a nose tap there. Comes round and then just charges that sail up. Throws it round the burner. Doesn't get the sail caught at all. Really, really nice. And lands still going forwards. Flips the sail. Gives the crowd a little wave. Really, really, really nice there from George Grisley. He's going to be really, really stoked with that one. Yeah, I'd say a few people on the pontoon watching there going, oh, damn it. You know, whilst it is a great community and we are all here together at the end of the day, this is a competition. You know, there is a title on the line. There's an event win on the line. And these guys are going to be wanting to come away as high up those rankings as possible. At really, really good points there for Mr. Sam Steve. Fivos Supras with a 9. So actually, judges kind of liked... Fivos with a 6.5. So the judges liked Sam's a little bit more. So yeah, they wanted to see that kind of triple rotation. It looks like the first 2 rotations, they were both kind of air funnels. So the fact to manage to bounce into another full air rotation is really, really impressive. And I think the judges absolutely loved it. And of course, Sam's another one of those riders. He doesn't want to get the hair wet. He's just sitting, chilling out on his board. He'll wait for the boat, or he'll make his way back into the pontoon. Let's take a little look at that replay. Yeah, so double air funnel, and then just sliding around that last funnel there, completely in control. First one was so aggressive as well. Really, really nice manoeuvres there from Mr. Sam Steve, the Flying Frenchman. Even gets time to wave to the crowd. Love this slow-mo angle here. Wow, so tweaked on that air funnel. Look how far he's pushing out with that backhand, but keeping the sail close to him as well, so that when he lands, he can jump into that next rotation here. Sick one there from Sam Steve. He'll be really, really stoked with that one. And we're straight into the next one. Jamie Howard coming in hot. Jamie's definitely one of the specialists when it comes to jumping off the ramp. You know, some incredible Pascos over the last few days, going absolutely massive. But he's still got all the technical moves on the flat water. Let's see what he's got for us. Oh, frustrating there. Yeah, it gives a bit of a wave to the crowd. Just got super caught on that 360. He's really got that burner 360 down, but yeah, just sort of struggled to try and get the board the rest of the way around. Made a really big noise, but let's go down to Greta, who is with Sam Steve.
Sam, what a great first round of this final for you.
Yeah, it was a good run for me. I'm really happy. Triple made it cool.
I mean, it was super clean, perfectly landed, and your hair is also still dry.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that the goal of today, keeping the hair dry throughout all the 3 laps?
It was not the goal, but if I can make like this, it's better.
Okay. Are we going to see some infamous Samers today?
That's the question.
That's the question.
That's the question. We'll see. I will do my best to try to best the best trick as possible, and we will see. I will make the best show for you.
I mean, we're looking forward to that. So good luck, all the best, and yeah, fingers crossed for you.
Thank you, Greta.
Back to you to the studio, Sandy.
Yeah, nice, good words there from Sam Steve. He's just keeping it cool, keeping it chilled. You know, I think we're going to see an air funnel burner similar. I think we're going to see an air funnel burner similar to what George did. You know, that kind of rotation, I think he said that's kind of his sort of go-to on the flat war. Again, it does seem like Yentl kind of tends to prefer the airtime and going big, but he's still definitely got the combinations down. You never want to single him out. And there it is, the air funnel burner. Don't say I didn't call it. Absolutely perfect. Giving the crowd a little wave. Almost looks too easy. Doesn't even look like it's difficult. And he landed so close to the rocks there. Really nice from Mr. Yentl Cares. And there he is, just hopping straight into the boat. Super easy, like it's nothing. It's so it's one of those things. It's so easy to look at this and think, oh, these moves can be done no problem at all. And you fail to realize like these air funnel burners, even to just do one of these rotations is so difficult. I'm sure any of you watching who do freestyle and get involved, you can appreciate how difficult what Yentl just did was, and he makes it look so easy. It's absolutely crazy how effortless it looks. But really nice there from Mr. Yentl Cares. Next up, we've got Leonard Neubauer. Whoa, it's not stopping today. Let's see that again then. So that air funnel burner, huge air funnel, and going around the burner. Burner almost kind of not quite halfway between. Travels so far on that first air funnel. Throws it around. Yeah, it's definitely a burner the way he throws it, but manages to keep the sail up out of the water. That's a real key for the burner, especially in the toe-in. And just swings himself around. Beautiful rotation there from from Yentl Cares, sorry. And next up is Leonard Neubauer, wearing that yellow jersey, signifying that he is the tour leader. Let's see what he's got for us. Are we going to see another air funnel burner similar? And they've got very different styles, though. Leonard's got such a unique style. You know, it's really rugged. You know, it looks really wild and really crazy, but at the same time, he's just so in control. You know, the way he lands as if he's just literally done nothing. You know, so it's kind of such a great mix of styles, and definitely one he's built over the last few years. And, you know, the way that he's gone about learning his moves, and, you know, he's been on the scene since he was 12, 13 years old. So this year for him definitely feels like a culmination of the last kind of 7 or 8 years of work. So yeah, it's great to see, and I'm excited to see what he's got for us in his first run of the day. You can see him popping the battens there. He's one of the riders who always does that. You know, he always pops it to make sure that it's like it's already been ducked and the wind's pushing against it. There's the winch there pulling him, as I said, about 70 kilometers an hour. Let's see what he's got for us as he lets go. Huge air funnel burner there from Leonard Neubauer. Literally lands on the pontoon, basically. Really, really nice work there from Leonard. Doesn't want to get his hair wet. I'm going to put it out there and say, you know, we'll wait for the angles, but I'll say that potentially was a bigger one than Yentl Cares' one, and it looks like the judges absolutely agree. Yentl Cares with a 7.5, Leonard Neubauer with 8 points. So 8.5, sorry, just getting upgraded there. So 8.5 points for a single maneuver, putting him straight up into third place. Sam Steve with 8 points, Jento Cares 7.5. So a really good exchange there from all those guys. Jamie Howard with a 3.33 for that burner. So yeah, judges looking for something a little bit more there, ideally. George Grisley and Tigo Court, they've both had 2 runs already, so that's why their scores are reflected higher. It's a cumulative score, so it's all added together. So George Grisley currently leading after that great air funnel burner. Let's see a replay of Leonard's one. Oh, the burner was so high. Crazy there from Leonard Neubauer. Let's have a look. Big air funnel. Whoa, that was so sick. The air funnel as well is so tweaked. It almost looks like a burner as well. You can see that the tail of the board, look, goes so vertical. But it's definitely still an air funnel because he doesn't push out with the backhand. And then you can see there's the push out with the backhand that makes it into a burner. And look, so big on the burner. He gets so much pop. You could see the face of Greta there on the pontoon. Can't quite believe how close he got. That was such a sick one. Alrighty, next up, it's the girls. So Lisa Kloster, she will be going for her second. Nice funnel there from Lisa Kloster, claiming to the crowd as well. She looks pretty stoked with that one. As we said, sometimes it's not necessarily about going as big. The judges, they want to see you landing clean. You know, they want to see you coming out still on the board and giving it a bit of a claim, giving it a wave, you know, signifying that you've stomped this. And that's definitely, I think, what Lisa just did there. So, yeah, she should be really, really stoked with that one. Giving us a little wave as well on the stream. Always good vibes with Lisa around as they make the winch back out. And to finish off the flat water runs will be Micah Hooverman, who will actually be finishing her day. This is her last run of the day. So she's already had her run on the wave. She's already had her 2 runs, sorry, off the wave. The first one, that like crazy kind of push loop rotation almost, but didn't quite manage to get the kit fully back underneath her to kind of stomp it. And then, of course, after that, going for that sort of Pasco, you know, rotation that we're seeing. Nice funnel there from Lisa Kloster, flipping the sail, giving the crowd a wave, and taking a dunk. Again, just looked like she kind of struggled for the pop there. Board didn't quite release the way she wanted to. So that's a kind of funnel. So you can see it sort of jumps around and then kind of slides a little bit. She was thinking about trying to pop again. You can see there, it almost looked like it wanted to bounce into another rotation. Okay, and here it is, the final run of the flat water round. And it is Micah Hoover for us. For that kind of funnel, air funnel sort of rotation. But equally with Micah, you never know. Micah's such a talented rider, so technical. Let's see what she's got for us. Look at the speed there. Oh, it comes out the straps. Frustrating there for Micah Hooverman. Not what she wanted at all. Yeah, you can see a bit of frustration on her face there. And Lisa catching up a little bit with that 6.5. And now it seems like Lisa also has one more run. So it looks like 7.83 overall coming in for Micah Hooverman there. She's still got a smile on her face. She doesn't look too bothered. She's very much one of those riders. You know, I had a chance to interview and chat with her the other day, and she said, you know, she is very much here for the show, for the good vibes. You know, it's not necessarily about the competition for her. She just wants to have a good time and put on a show and showcase windsurfing to as many people as possible. You know, she's such a great ambassador for the sport. And yeah. Also, you know, doing so much coaching as well in the younger generation. You know, it's been really, really great to see. And while they take the winch back out, let's get a quick word in from our sponsors. All right, the winch is on its way back out. The boat is getting ready, and we are getting for round 3 of finals day here at the GVA Wind Festival in Geneva. Let's take a little look at the replay of Micah's final run. Just feet came out the straps there. Looked really good on the takeoff. Maybe got a little bit caught there. I think she wanted to go for that kind of double funnel. You can see there, back foot came out. Frustrating one there for Micah. All the guys sitting there waiting. So, for the wave now. So it is the guys going in regular. So it is left foot forwards. So it will be Lisa Kloster going up first. And this is Lisa's final run of the day. And depending on what Lisa puts down here, that will determine how she does. So at the moment, Maika is leading, but Maika is finished with her runs, and I think it's only about a point and a half in it. So depending on what Lisa does here, she could be coming away as the event winner on the women's for the GVA Wind Festival here this year. So big moment here for Lisa Kloster. Given that she's going on the regular stance, I know in terms of her switch moves, you know, the kind of funnels, burners, that sort of thing, she does that in a goofy stance. But before Lisa's run, let's go to Greta, who is with Maika Hooverman.
Maika, that was it for today. 3 runs are in the pocket. How are you feeling?
I'm not super happy because I feel like I could have done much better. I had like a super good training, but I mean, it was fun anyway. So yeah, it is what it is.
But what happened exactly? Can you quickly explain maybe to the audience?
Well, I don't know if they know, but Leander just got hurt, and I think something was going on. I got scared myself, so yeah, I think it was messing with my brain a little bit. But yeah.
I mean, obviously mindset is a very tricky part of being a competitor, that's for sure. It's not only about the physical part and the skills, but obviously also very important the mindset. But nevertheless, I mean, you did an amazing show. Are you enjoying at least?
Yeah, I'm having fun. It's always cool to be on the water and trying things. So I'm happy and excited to watch Lisa do her last run.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Maika. Anyway, congratulations and fingers crossed for you. Thank you, Sandy. Back to you.
Interesting to hear how the mindset affects it, you know, making sure that you kind of staying cool. And, you know, with this, like I said, you're going at like these athletes are going at like 70 kilometers an hour towards this ramp, or even just on the flat as well. They're going so fast, and to then throw it around, you know, all it takes is a slight bit of doubt, a slight bit of hesitation, and you can kind of psych yourself out a little bit as well. You know, it's seen across all different sports. You know, this idea of kind of spooking yourself out a little bit. Maika, but hopefully, yeah, as she said, she can just kind of enjoy it a little bit, take in the vibes, take in the show, and give some support to her fellow riders. And we've got Lisa Kloster here, the first one up for the regular wave. Let's see what she's got for us. So yeah, going up into that kind of regular stance. So you can see there she's up in the stance, ready for like a culo, or you know, something like that. So super twisted up. It's such an uncomfortable stance. And let's see what she's got for us. I think we're going to see a culo. And there she go, letting go, going towards that wave. Oh, she will go down. She's good. Didn't quite manage to, almost just kind of spun out a little bit or something there. Be interesting to see. So I think she will probably get another go because she didn't quite manage to get to take off. You know, before she hit the ramp. You know, if you take off and you get some airtime, then it doesn't quite count. You see here, yeah, just got a bit unbalanced there. As she kind of let go, potentially held the winch a little bit too long. Especially if you're in this position, you potentially want to let go a bit earlier and let yourself sort of stabilize, and then you know you're going to jump into the air anyway. So it's just about you know, letting the ramp do the work for you a bit. Some of the boys entertaining themselves there with the flags on the pontoon. Sam and Stephen, Yentl Cares, putting on a beautiful show for us. So I'm not sure what will happen here. We'll just wait for confirmation. But I assume Lisa Kloster will get another go and will come back out. Whether she goes straight away again or whether she will be put to the back of the queue and all of the other guys will go first and then she will go last. I guess it depends on who gets out there first. It's a bit of a paddle battle, I suppose. A windsurf equivalent of a paddle battle. But either way, next up is Fivos Supras, who you can see. And let's go to a quick ad break while they are hitting the reset button. All right, it looks like, yeah, Lisa will be going to the back of the queue. So I think it is Fivos Supras. It looks like that was him holding the winch handle. So I think he will be going up first. On the screen there, you can see the iconic Geneva water spout, water fountain. I'm actually not sure what its proper name is, but it's very, very cool. You can see you can walk basically right underneath it. Not sure you'd want to go that close to it if you were windsurfing. But yeah, really, really cool to see it kind of firing all the time. You just need to look a little bit further down. Always great to see. So I think they're just working out the order now that Lisa's come back. It may be that she gets to go first, but we're just waiting for confirmation on that. Yeah, so as you can see, Lisa is in the water there. So it looks like she will be getting her final go again, because she didn't manage to take off. She does get one more chance. I believe after this one, if she crashes again, she won't get a chance. So she's going to really want to do this because she has a potential to beat Micah if she manages to get up and if she manages to get up and pull off a move, go for that culo and get a good rotation, there is a potential that she will kind of go through and take the event win here. So yeah, she's going to really want to try and put her best foot forwards here. So yeah, Fivos just sitting there waiting. I think Lisa had another false start there. Be interested to see what the judges are deciding now. I think it only happened just a couple of meters off from the pontoon. Let's take a little look at the scores while we're on this bit of a slow patch. George Grisley still up in first place, 11.83. Tigo Court sitting in second with 9 points. It's worth noting George and Tigo, they've both had 2 of their runs already. The rest of the guys have only had 1. So that is reflective in the score. So you can see there, Leonard Neubauer, an 8.33 for one single move, that air funnel burner, putting down such an incredible score. Sam and Steve with that double air funnel into funnel, 8 points. Jento Kers with his own air funnel burner. You can see the disparity, the difference in the scores there between Leonard Neubauer and Jento Kers. Almost 1 full point difference in the move there. So yeah, Leonard just managing to get that little bit of extra height and speed, really managing to make his way around just with a bit more power, and it was definitely reflected in the judges' scores. They did seem to really, really enjoy that. So Lisa has jumped back in the water. I think she will be getting up and going again for her final run of the day. As I said, it does kind of all come down to this. If she can manage to pull something off, she will be taking the event win here. I think she's only about 1.5 points behind Micah Hooverman. So yeah, you can see here, yeah, so Lisa Kloster a 6.5, Micah Hooverman a 7.83. So, only a point, just under 1.5 points in it. So yeah, Lisa just needs to essentially get herself to that ramp, throw herself off it, hopefully rotate, or go round a culo. Ideally, she wants to be landing that culo. I think that's definitely what she's going to be trying. I think I heard her yesterday saying she doesn't want to do a bob or anything. She wants to go for that culo. And there she is, grabbing the winch handle. It's so difficult to get up into that regular position. Like you're so twisted up. You're kind of in. Your feet are one way and you've got the sail right behind you, but you've got to cross your arms over to hold on to the winch. It's such an awkward position to be in. So let's wait and see here how Lisa gets on. And as the winch starts to pull as well, the winch pulls quite hard straight away. Usually in towing, if you're doing it behind a jet ski or a boat, it pulls quite slow at first, so you get a bit of a chance to bring the equipment up. But the winch is unforgiving. And there it is, Lisa's up and riding as she starts to make her way towards that ramp. Let's see what she's got for us. You can see there it is such an awkward position, especially when you're going at 70 kilometers an hour. So let's go a little bit earlier, as we said. Tries to jump around that culo. Our board gets a bit stuck, but doesn't quite manage, but still takes to the air. Really nice attempt there from Lisa Kloster. Will it be enough? We will have to wait and see. Potentially there, she kind of overcorrected a little bit and let go a little bit too early to really kind of jump around that culo. Lost a little bit too much speed. And sadly, it does not look like it will be enough. Some love coming in there from Mike Hooverman. Looks like a bit of frustration there on Lisa's face. Just didn't quite manage to get what she really wanted out of that. 6.67 there. So yeah, judges being pretty harsh on that one there. And it looks like she will not be able to advance through over Micah Hooverman there. Bit of ballet going on over there from Jento Kers. It's so funny watching freestyle windsurfers or windsurfers in general sort of practicing a move on land. I'm sure everybody out there watching has done that before. Okay, so the winch is back out. Next up, it will be Fivos Supras going up. And let's see what he's got. He was doing some really different stuff last year, kind of starting in like a clue first position, doing things super differently. But obviously this year he is kind of in contention for that title, coming second in Vesoul, his best event finish last year. So he's kind of, it's that balance of doing something that you can stomp and land really cleanly, but also doing something a bit different that the judges are going to love. So it's all about finding that fine line. And let's see what Fivos has got for us. Starting in a pretty unique position there, so the sail already up, and he's kind of sitting down, so almost like a kind of wakeboard start from Fivos. Let's see what he's got. The girls there having a bit of a chat in the water, a bit of a debrief there from Micah Hooverman, talking Lisa through a little bit perhaps, giving her a little bit of coaching, I guess. And you can see there, and look at the sense of speed you're getting here. Fivos Soupras, as he makes his way towards it, a little bit of chop on the water there, but he's absorbing it nicely. Let's see what he's got for us. Whoa, something, whoa. Sick there from Fivos, going for that burner rotation, but then a Canabrava halfway through. So a Canabrava, you see there, he kind of ducked the clue of the sail over his head and then trying to grab the other side of the boom. And you could see he's really stoked with that one. I knew it. I knew we were going to see something a little bit different. We're getting into finals day. Everyone's got to pull everything they've got out of the bag. Fivos loves those kind of Canabrava, using the clue of the sail, the corner of that sail, going under it or starting clue first. Really, really nice to see a little bit of innovation there. Super, super sick from Fivos Soupras. And let's see what the judges thought as well. So 9.33 coming in there from Fivos. Let's have a little look at the replays of that. I want to see at what point it looked like he almost ducked it a little bit too early, but equally it's kind of one of those things, like it's very rare that you're ducking it like a Canabrava like that, when you're at the at the apex of a jump after throwing a burner. So let's have another little look at that. So there's the burner, and as he comes round, oh, that would look so sick. Sadly, just got the board a little bit caught, I think. Yeah, so the board kind of was not quite all the way around. So you see how far back he leans. Look how low the mast goes. And as he comes around, spreads the hands apart here. Goes round, sort of misses the boom slightly, but wow, really sick there from Fivos Soupras. Okay, and Greta is down there with Lisa Kloster.
I think we're probably going to wait. Lisa! Lisa, that was it, final day. How are you feeling? Are you happy about your performance?
Yeah, I'm happy. I tried something new that I didn't try before, so it was very risky. But yeah, I'm happy that I managed to get to the wave, and also with the flat one, I was quite happy that it was clean. Yeah.
What do you prefer actually, the wave or the flat one?
Usually the wave, but this time it was better for me with the flat one. I'm also used to do more flat stuff with the normal freestyle, but the wave is more action. I like it.
Lisa, thank you so much for the epic show, and already congratulations, and we will see later what kind of result we will get in.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Sandy.
Always good to hear from Lisa Kloster. And if you were watching while they were talking, Tigo putting down a really, really nice culo there. So kind of that's what Lisa was sort of trying to go for as well. So in that kind of regular stance there, and then throwing around that sort of cartwheel culo rotation. Unfortunately for Tigo there, didn't quite manage to kind of stick it and land it. He landed back on the board, but the sail kind of got a bit stuck in the water there. It's one of those moves. He actually did a really nice one yesterday in the qualification. I think that one there was a little bit bigger than the one he did yesterday. But the one yesterday, Tigo managed to kind of land and sort of flip that sail quickly and really kind of stabilize himself. And that's really what the judges want to see. They want to see you fully landing the maneuver. But yeah, really, really nice there from Tigo Court. Next up, as you can see, they're getting ready. But before that, let's have a look at the replay there. So yeah, almost actually kind of over-rotated. You can see the board wanted to start going around again. Look, he's finished the move already. Yeah, difficult one there from Tigo, but really, really nice. Really big rotation there. You can see there, look, woo, loads of airtime there, fully stretched out, and comes back down on the tail, just a little bit too heavy there. You want to come down a bit more even ideally kind of on that front foot, so that you're right over the middle of the board. You don't have the wind to stabilize yourself, so it's so important to keep yourself as central as possible. Next up, another Browers Dam ripper, Tim Geldes. 6th in Viesta this year. That was his highest placing in a tow-in event. So, only going from strength to strength, and to see him in the finals today is also really cool. As we see him getting ready to go up off the ramp. Over the last few days, he's put in some great moves, especially the kind of that sort of one-handed burner, like 360 rotation. And I love seeing like the one-handed ones. They kind of go this like full stretch out. Almost like deliberately slow the rotation down, You know, it's kind of two ways of going about it. You try and spin as quickly as possible, or you like slow it down and make it really stylish. You know, Tim's definitely one of those riders. Sam Steve, again, another one of those riders. And let's see what Tim's got for us as he heads towards the ramp. Yes, sick one. As I said there, yeah, going for that kind of one-handed burner and then sort of bounced around the 360, almost a little bit out of control, and again just didn't quite manage to sort of bring himself over the board. So Tim has been. Next up is Mr. George Grisley. This is his final run of the day, and he's going to be going off the ramp. Let's see what he's got for us, and that is Fivos making himself back onto the ramp. And let's go down to Greta, who is with Tigo Court.
Tigo, very nice cool at the very end. Are you happy about your performance today?
I'm happy. It went a little bit better than yesterday, so that's good.
Improving is always important, right?
That's right.
So how are you feeling actually? I mean, it's final day, it's the event ending, but we're here in front of Geneva's local crowd. How does that feel for you?
It was amazing. There are a lot of people here. I tried to do my best, so let's see how it ends.
Yeah, now it's basically just about leaning back, hoping, crossing fingers, right, and waiting.
See.
Okay,
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Tigo, and congratulations also to you.
Yes. Perfect. Wow.
Love coming in there for Tigo Court. You know, a real highlight having him around at all the events. You know, all those kind of Brouwersdam riders, you know, they all travel together. Here's another one, Tim Goudis here. Yeah, just bounced round that burner 360. Just didn't quite manage to keep himself over the gear. Like a little bit out of control, but the burner was beautiful. Like I said, before he took off, you can see here as he takes off, pushing out, letting go with that hand to kind of stretch the rotation, add a bit of style. And as he comes down here, it's all looking really good, but lands there a bit too much over the front foot. You can see there, and it just made him kind of bounce a bit more. Yeah, he was just a little bit too heavy on that front foot. Okay, here we go. George Grisley getting up and going. So was last year's tow-in champion. Was crowned here at last year's event in Geneva. You know, had a great year, and this year not in contention for the title. You know, been focusing on different things, but yeah, still very, very talented at the tow-in. And let's see what he's got for us. Oh, frustrating there for George. Difficult there. So actually what he was trying to do there, and it's what he was doing in the practice runs earlier, is kind of doing an air funnel before the wave and then doing another one or another trick off the wave there. But really frustrating there for George not being able to showcase that. He actually landed the last couple of times. He did an air funnel in the lead up to the wave and then another air funnel off the wave. But ideally he said he was wanting to do air funnel to the wave and then a burner off it. So yeah, really frustrating there. The judges aren't going to look at that too kindly, sadly. I think that will really affect his scores. Such a shame for him. Really frustrating for George there. Not the ending that he was hoping for, sadly. Show must go on. Mr. Sam Steve going up 8 points just for one maneuver, and he is going to be taken to the air. He's got two. He's one of the riders. He's still got 2 runs left, so he will have 2 runs with the wave now. So he's done his flat water run already. Let's take a little look at George's one there. Just buried the nose a little bit too much on that air funnel. Really, really frustrating there for George. Definitely not what he wanted. Like I said in the practice runs earlier, he was pulling them off every time, and it looked so sick. And it's one of those bits of innovation that we want to see, you know, kind of doing a move in the lead up to the wave and then jump at the kind of second rotation off the wave as well. So yeah, a shame not to be able to see that in the competition setting. But let's wait and see what the judges are going to score him for that. As we see Sam Steve getting up and ready. You can see the crowd there enjoying the vibe. Jamie Howard keeping warm there. I mean, it's pretty warm out here. It may not be super sunny today, but it's beautiful. Nice and calm, nice and flat. It rained for about 5 minutes, but yeah, it cleared up for us. Perfect. Sam Steve, the event winner from last year, only 26 years old. Feel like he's been around for so long and competing for so long. You know, he started so young. And let's see him picking up some speed now as he makes his way towards the ramp. What's he got for us? Is he going to go for that triple? Yes, he is! Oh, and stomps it. Oh, the sail got a little bit stuck in the water there. The crowd loving that one. So manages to pull the sail up out of the water. Oh, that was so sick. So he landed it. His sail kind of didn't. but incredible to see. You know, he said he didn't do it at all last year, but I think he's been a bit inspired with Yento landing it a few times over the last few days. You know, these guys are they're the only two riders to land this move, but really sick one there from Sam and Steve. Let's wait and see what the scores come in as. Oh, that was such a sick one. You know, he said it the other day, like they do them slightly differently. His one's very much more of a kind of burner rotation, that the first 360, whereas Yento does it much more like an air funnel. You know, they said kind of Sam potentially doesn't go as high but spins faster, whereas Yentl goes a little bit higher but doesn't spin as fast. But I mean, looking at that there, it looked like Sam had plenty of height. Looks like potentially he kind of adjusted his technique a little bit, but we'll just wait to check it out in a bit of slow-mo. But incredible work there from Sam and Steve. All right, next up we've got Jamie Howard getting up and going. So this is Jamie's first run. But before that, let's take a little look at Sam's. Oh, yeah, it was full burner rotation, then comes round really in that kind of shaka. Manages to get around the third rotation, but just the sail gets a little bit stuck there. Really sick there from Sam and Steve. Oh, that was so radical. Such a nice one there from Sam and Steve. Jamie Howard getting himself ready. Are we going to see the same thing from Jamie? He's a really talented at the Pascos and, you know, kind of going as big as possible. He really likes kind of like stalling it almost, you know, as he throws himself into it. Coming 7th here last year, but actually currently sitting 2nd in the tow-in rankings going into here. So if he has a good event here, he could really make a statement and come away on the podium for the 2024 season. So let's see, he's getting ready, getting up and going. Sam and Steve catapulting himself straight up into first place. So a 6.83 so potentially, you know, we saw him scoring higher in his other one. You know, the judges really do care about that landing, and now that they've seen both Sam and Yento land it really cleanly, they know what's possible. So they are going to be judging it a little bit harshly, but I mean, it's literally in their name. They're judges. They got to judge stuff. You know, they've got to look at it objectively, and they've got to say, no, you know, this is how it could have been done. Could have been done better. So yeah, really nice there from Sam and Steve. But he's still got one run left as well. I'm very excited to see what it is as we see Jamie Howard getting up and going for his first run off the wave. Let's see what he's got for us. Wow, nice Pasco. Fully looked like he messed it up on the takeoff there. Something definitely went a bit wrong there, and the fact that he managed to save it, really impressive there. Looks like he's tweaked his shoulder a little bit, maybe. Yeah, something definitely went a bit strange there. I'll be intrigued to see the replays in slow-mo, but his board did something a bit strange. You know, it didn't quite stay flat as he took off. It looked like he went a little bit, you know, too much on the heels or the toes. But the fact that he managed to get around, that just shows, you know, what a talented rider he is. Managed to, you know, save it in the air. Didn't quite go as big, but managed to get the landing. Let's wait and see. And Greta is down there with Mr. George Grisley. Let's get some words from him.
George, that was it for today's final. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Like some good moments. The last run I'm really disappointed with because I had that real dialed in the training, and then it didn't just catch the rail, focus too much on the timing and not about the first thing. But yeah, happy. Did an air funnel burner in a contest, which is my first one, so can't complain about that at all.
I mean, this is the perfect mindset. You know, it's also part of the game, unfortunately, that sometimes things are not going as planned. But nevertheless, you got a new haircut.
Yeah, had a bit of a slip in the shower this morning. And yeah, went a bit too short and we just kept going. So yeah, rocking the bold look with some patches.
Anyway, looking very radical. Thank you so much, George. And now crossing your fingers for you. I mean, let's wait for the judges to get the results in. And thank you so much for the show.
No worries, I'm happy whatever happens, so all good.
That's the right mindset. Set this. Back to you, Sandy.
Yeah, we absolutely love it. George rocking a new look there. Sadly, not quite managing to make it work. He said it himself. He was really stomping them in the training runs, you know, earlier. That kind of air funnel in the lead up to the wave, and then another air funnel off it. So, you know, frustrating. He didn't manage to show it in the competition. Jamie there, yeah, completed the Pasco rotation, but something went a bit strange there with the takeoff. But I mean, the fact that he still managed to save it, I mean, you know, most of us would be very happy with that one. And we've got Mr. Jentel Kers going up for his second run of the day. First run off the ramp. He's seen Sam do a triple already. Let's see what he's got for us. Absolutely Mach 10 heading towards that wave. Oh my! Oh my God! Did you see that? I'm sorry, I had to maintain my professionalism there. That was so sick. As he was coming down, I had long enough. As he was coming down from that, I was like, there's no way he's got this. There's no way he's landing this. Absolutely stomps it. He basically just jumped in because he was in disbelief. Oh my God, that was incredible. I cannot believe how high he went. Like he said as well, he's like, I don't know what I do. But he said one thing he does do is as he takes off, he kind of goes as rigid as possible, pushes himself into the wave a little bit more. Absolutely incredible. And getting himself straight up into first place, 17.75. Whoa, that was one of the highest ones we've seen the entire time. But just that kind of pushing himself into the wave and like compressing and pressing out, going incredible. That's the biggest one we've seen. Oh, look at the boys, how hyped up they are on the pontoon as well. And straight after that, we're going straight into Lennart Neubauer. As he said earlier, he doesn't want to be going for that triple, but is he going to have just watched the boys do that and he's going to go, do you know what, actually, maybe I do need to be going for this. I'm going to be very interested to see what Lennart goes for in this one. Is he going to stick to what he knows, or is he going to be influenced by what the other two guys have just done, and is he going to try and go for it himself? Let's wait and see what Lennart Neubauer has for us. Oh, goes down. Looks like he got the hair wet. He definitely looked like he kind of finished 2, and he looked like he was thinking about going for 3. Taking a look at his board. Is he a bit worried about his board? I think it's all good. Oh, that was sick there from Lennart, but not quite what he wanted. I think he kind of either wanted to stomp 2 and land really clean, or try and go round for that triple. So yeah, not what Lennart wanted, coming in at a 12.33 there. Frustrating one. I guess he'll be trying to get some words of wisdom there from Yentl. And speaking of Yentl, Greta, let's hear some words about that move.
Yentl, we're all speechless. Oh my God, what a move!
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it. You know, it's what we want to go for, but this is definitely the biggest one I have done, and probably the biggest one we have seen so far. But you know, there is some other really good riders coming. We saw Lennart just going big. He just didn't make it, but in the next run, probably he's going to go even bigger.
Oh my God, it's been incredible. We all have chills. Congratulations for this one. Are we getting a second attempt now?
It's going to be depending on the other riders. I might also want to do double air culo just to change it up, and let's see.
I mean, congratulations already. Thank you so much, and let's keep our fingers crossed now for you, and let's see what the judges think about this one.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Let's keep the show going.
Definitely. All right, talking about let's keep the show going, back to you, Sandy.
Awesome. Cheers, Greta. Good to get some words from Yentl. And I mean, it's not often Yentl is kind of speechless, about it, but even he seemed shocked and surprised at that one. Just incredible there. And there is Lennart Neubauer's answer, going around 2 rotations and kind of getting a bit stuck, almost halfway between. So one, there's the second one, halfway around the third one, or just a quarter of the way around the third one, he kind of got a bit stuck. But also going absolutely massive. These guys have stepped up. They're going higher than they were last year. Incredible. Okay, next up, Fivo Supras for his final run of the day. He's been putting on an incredible show, going for something different with that Canabrava. What's he got for us? Is he going to be inspired by the other guys going for that triple? He still wants the Canabrava. Makes it a little bit further round, comes straight out. Claim for the crowd. Really nice of the day. So we've only got 5 runs left. So Tim Gerdes, Sam Steve, Jamie Howard, Yentl Kers and Lennart Neubauer. So there's that burner as he comes round, ducking around. He manages to catch the boom. That was a much closer attempt. So essentially what he would do, the board would come round the rest of the 180 degrees. So there's the burner. And he's finished the first rotation. As he starts to come around the second one, ducking the sail, and then the board would come around that last 180 and he would land it kind of clue first. So it's definitely possible. And seeing something a little bit different, we absolutely love. So yeah, big up to Fivos for putting the show. And Greta is down there with the man himself.
Fivos, that was it for today's final. Last round in the pocket. Thank you so much. How did it feel for you?
Oh, thank you. I was trying the new move. I'm so happy it's getting closer and closer, but still not there. But I felt like this time I was fully under the sail, and have it on the new side of the boom. So I think that's possible. We still need to keep pushing, and let's see.
I mean, thank you so much for the show. The crowd loved it anyway. It was super stylish.
That's the most important thing, no?
Exactly.
We do it for the crowd, for the show.
Exactly. Talking about the crowd, let's continue. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Awesome there from Fivos. As he said, it's all about the show. That bit of innovation, he can feel it getting closer. I was certainly looking at it. It was a much closer attempt than the last one. And let's see what Tim's got for us as he heads towards the ramp. Oh, Skopu! Woo! Really nice from Tim Gaudas there. Managing to bring the board back underneath him, that is not an easy move to do, especially when there's absolutely no wind like this. The fact that he managed to bring it right down, super, super impressive there from Tim. He'll be really, really stoked with that one, or he definitely should be. Awesome work there from Tim. And there it is, somehow managing to sheet in and really bring the board back down underneath him. Ooh. Oh, but just, kind of got a bit folded in half at the end there. Just almost like the board kind of buckled his knees a bit. Hopefully he's all right. That looked quite painful. Jento Kjær streets ahead of everyone else. You can see Lennart Neubauer 12 points, so a real big difference there. In terms of the points, you see Sam and Steve quite a bit further ahead there. 14.83. Jento Kjær's 17.5. So currently leading. So next up, it will be Sam Steve. So this is Sam's final run of the day. Can he pull off a clean triple to match Jento Kjær's and potentially get himself up into that first place? Let's wait and see. The flying Frenchman himself. So lining himself up for this run. I imagine we're going to see the triple again. Doesn't look like he's getting into that regular stance. He's not necessarily one to kind of go for that double air culo anyway. He's very much the kind of in that sort of switch stance position. Those kind of air funnels and burners and those kind of rotations is very much where Sam's kind of style shines. You see the crowd on the beach enjoying the vibe, enjoying the moves, really taking in the show. We absolutely love it down here at Tropical Geneva. It's become a real staple of the Freestyle Pro Tour, and fingers crossed we'll be coming back for many years and bringing you the action as we see Sam and Steve getting up and going. Final run of the day, winning this event last year. Let's see what he's got for us. Are we going to see that triple again, or is he going to go for that kind of stretched out one-handed burner that won in the event last year? Yes, he is. Oh, super sick there from Sam and Steve. Again, didn't quite manage to stick that landing. That could be a point of contention for the judges. They've seen him absolutely stomp this before. But how sick was it? The way he kind of lets go with his backhand and looks over his opposite shoulder of the rotation. He looks away from the rotation. Typically when you're learning these moves, you've got to look into the rotation. And he looking out and away from it just adds so many style points. Such a sick one there from Sam. Such a unique rotation, a unique spin. Let's wait and see what the judges think. Ooh. Super nice there from Sam. Slowly paddling his way into the pontoon. He looks pretty chilled about it. Let's see the replay. Wow. Again, almost he'd done the two rotations. It's almost at the point now where they're over-rotating when they want to do two. Whoa, got a bit close with the drone there. So you can see there, look, full stretch out the other way. Comes down around the second rotation. And just sail back and body back. Body just needed to be that little bit further forwards, and then he would have potentially done that kind of one-handed, but also actually done the triple, which that's the perfect setup there. So just waiting for the scores to come through for Sam and Steve. In the meantime, Jamie Howard getting ready for his final run of the day. Really down into the business end of this event now. Only 3 runs left to go. Jamie Howard, Jento Kjær and Lennart Neubauer. Some heavy hitters. Lennart Neubauer obviously currently sitting in first place for the Toe-In title of 2024. Jamie Howard in second. So all comes down to this. Let's see what they can do. Jamie getting up and going. Best finish was in Geneva last year. So he's, really, really comfortable at this event, really enjoying it. And let's see what he's got for us after that good pass go earlier on. Can he better it in this one? Oh, going so big, and he will stomp it for the crowd. Love to see it there. Super nice from Jamie.
Congratulations, Sam. Thank you so much, and now fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
Back to you to the studio, Sandy.
Really nice to hear from Sam. As I said, the man a few words for that podium. But obviously Leonard Neubauer still has a run left. Yentl still has a run left. Yentl currently already sitting up in first. Leonard Neubauer in fourth place. So yeah, it's very much still all to play for. Let's wait and see what these last two riders have for us. Yentl cares going up first. I think he said he was going to try and go for that double air culo. It's definitely one of the other moves that he's got in his trick book. He's already pulled off the biggest triple ever seen. So you know how much more can he do, and it does look like he is in that regular stance position, so we are going to be seeing that the final run of the final round for the GVA Wind Festival here in Geneva. And let's see, nobody better to finish it off than Mr. Leonard Neubauer. He's the current yellow jersey wearer. He's currently, you know, in line for the tow-in title. You know, he's number one at the moment. Let's see what he gets. Yeah, wow. I wonder what was going through Yentl's head right there. Oh, he's going in. Oh, bit of a back slap there. Crazy from Yentl Cares. I wonder how that makes Leonard feel. Do you think that makes Leonard feel a lot more chill going into it? He's like, right, he's kind of messed up. But let's go. Greta.
Jamie, finals are in the pocket. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, not too bad. Could have gone worse. Messed up my first jump, so I kind of wanted to make sure I landed the second two. But yeah, got a couple of good ones, so happy enough, yeah.
Definitely. I mean, the crowd loved it. Everybody loved it, so that's the most important thing because it's the show, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, watching it, seeing Yentl and the guys go massive is the most sickest thing to see. So it's more enjoyable than actually doing it, is watching it. Yeah.
All right. And how did it feel for you? I mean, give us some feelings, some insights from the water while you're actually getting towed in and having the Geneva crowd in.
It's wicked having the whole crowd on the beach there, because you end up doing the move in like quite a good spot for everyone to see. And yeah, it's perfect conditions today. It's like nice and flat and calm, no wind. And yeah, it's just perfect. The wave is like really nice and steep.
Perfect. Jamie, thank you so much. Congratulations and fingers crossed for you.
Thanks.
Back to you in the next one.
Okay, here we go. Final run of the day. Mr. Leonard Neubauer heading towards the wave. Super speed. Let's see what he's got for us. Perfectly landed there. Absolutely textbook. Choosing not to go for that triple air rotation. He'll just throw himself around it and just land so clean. Like basically just keeps planing. You know, and he's a real signature for that. Just landing it super clean. Super impressive there to see from Mr. Leonard Neubauer. He'll be really stoked with that one. Let's see the replay. Wow, so much torque. Not as high as the other rotation. You see he went a little bit further away from the ramp, but really, really sick to see there from Leonard Neubauer. You could see he doesn't look too happy, doesn't look too stoked there. Looks like it is raining a little bit outside my studio here. Sadly, yeah, looks like the weather has started. We can see we've got an umbrella up here for the camera. I believe that's Micah Hooverman putting the umbrella up for Sean, her partner, who's one of the cameramen here on the tour, being ever so dutiful. And I think we are going to be getting a bit of an interview with Lennart in a second. But yeah, that is it for the action. Just look. You can see there he pulls up on his front leg so much as he lands and then just compresses right down over his knees. It's a really great way to check out the technique there for Lennart. You know, the way he does it. They do it so differently, and it looks like, whoa, that is enough to put Lennart up into second place. Sam Steve in third. Jamie Howard having to settle for fourth place there. Yentl Cares, 17.5 points overall, and the biggest triple rotation we have ever seen. Just absolutely incredible. And Greta is down there with Mr. Leonard Neubauer. Let's see what he has to say.
Leonard, a very clean ending at the very end. Are you happy about your performance today?
Yeah, I would say overall I'm happy. Managed to stick a move at the end. Wasn't as high and yeah, it wasn't as high as I wanted, but I was just shocked by Yentl's triple. I was mind blown. So like well deserved for him.
Amazing to hear. Thank you so much. So maybe some final words from you also about this event here, being in front of the Geneva home crowd in this tow-in.
Yeah, so I think Yentl is actually coming.
Should we maybe commentate together? Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take it on.
Okay.
Coming in hot.
Full speed.
Speeding it up. And going for that wave. Woo! Well done. Amazing
It's
one.
crazy. Now we're seeing triples. A bit lower than the other one. It already feels like lower, but it's one of
Still
three
amazing,
that we've
huh?
ever seen. So
Yes.
it's insane.
Definitely.
Lekker, man.
Well done. All right, Setis, Leonard, congratulations as well. Thank you so much. So let's wait now for the final results to come in.
Yeah.
All right, Sandy, back to you to the studio.
Oh my goodness me, it just doesn't stop, does it? As Leonard just said, you know, we're just seeing triples now. Apparently that's the new benchmark, you know, getting these triple air rotations. Last year, everyone was sort of trying it after Sam doing it, you know, a year or two previous to that. You know, it was in everyone's minds, but nobody managed to stick one. So to see a couple of the riders just doing them here and everyone sort of rotating around, Sam managing to land another one, you know, Leonard starting to think about going round them, George Greisley starting to go round them, and of course Jento Kers just seems to be able to do them every single time now. But the one he did in competition, that's easily the biggest one we've ever seen. I know I'll be adding that to my saved category on Instagram and watching it 1,000 times as I travel home from this event and reminisce about it. That's a poignant moment, I think, in windsurfing to see that. You know, that's the in terms of high performance, that is it when it comes to freestyle windsurfing. And you can sit here all day and say that tow-in isn't real windsurfing and all this, but I mean, you know, go and say that to Jentel's face after he's just done that. You know, it very much is, and you feel a huge amount of wind in the sails due to the apparent wind. So it definitely is windsurfing, and you definitely can't take anything away from any of these athletes. You know, just an absolutely incredible show there from Jento Kers, and of course all of the other riders as well. We're just waiting to get confirmation, you know, of the you know, overall winners from today, and you know, the rankings and everything like that. And we will be heading over to the podium show in the next few minutes. But yeah, what an incredible moment this is for kind of freestyle windsurfing, you know, to be able to see this innovation going on. And you know, like Jento said in an interview the other day, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if we get to the point where triples are just normal, and it's like, you know, the Pasco at the moment, all the riders are kind of doing that double air rotation. I think we're going to get to the point where everyone's doing triples, and we're going to be starting to talk about doing 4 rotations in the air, or doing a double air rotation, landing and bouncing into something else. You know, it was interesting talking to Leonard. He was talking about it in the wind, that kind of double air culo, landing that and then being able to bounce into another culo as well. But while we wait for the final rankings, let's take a break and watch the highlights and the replays from today's action.
Mamma mia, what a show.
We were just watching the replays there. I'm in disbelief.
Yeah, I'm still speechless. Everyone, I swear, everyone. I mean, I had a close call with Lentel immediately afterwards. And as you said, it's not happening very often that Lentel is speechless and he doesn't know what to say. But he was really still kind of, absorbing the moment and trying to understand what happened. And everybody's just like, oh my God, we basically touched a new level with it.
I think so. We've set a full new benchmark. I said before you came and joined, I think we're going to see these triple rotations. Everyone's going to be doing them next year.
Absolutely.
Last year no one was doing them. Now to see Jentel, and then he went for one more run afterwards as well, and did it again straight away.
Yeah.
The one he did in competition, easily the highest one we've ever done. I said it when I was watching, or just after seeing it. I was like, I had long enough to watch him at the top and be like, he's not going to make that. No way, he's too far away. He's up there, and I was like, nah, he's too. I was like, nah, I don't think he's gonna do it. And then he just comes round this last rotation, so in control, bang,
bam, in perfection. I was standing there literally 2 meters away, and it felt like, oh my God, is this guy ever arriving on Earth? It felt like so long and so high. Yeah, no, just amazing. I'm super excited.
Absolutely,
stoked.
Yeah, incredible there from Jentel Kers, and fitting the final results for the GVA Wind Festival here in Geneva 2024. Jentel Kers is your winner.
Yeah, I mean,
first place there for the finals. Leonard Neubauer in second. Sam Steve third place. Jamie Howard just missing out on that podium with a fourth place again. The level being stepped up a little bit. Jamie said this morning, I think he was feeling a little bit sick. He said he felt like he was starting to get a bit of a cold, and he was feeling pretty weak and things. So he'll be pretty down to come away with that fourth place, but still incredible work. George Grisley in fifth place there, that really nice air funnel burner. I really liked his interview with you, and he kind of said that he was like, first time I've done one of those in competition, I'm happy.
Yeah,
so even if he didn't potentially get the result he wanted, he still felt progress within himself. And the fact that he was managing to take that away and be stoked about that is a real sign of his character, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, shout out to all the competitors. They all pull off an amazing show. And actually, this is also one of the things that I really like to see during the past days. There's some riders who improved so much already throughout their training runs, and some of them really able to show off now basically in the competition. And that's something obviously everybody is trying and to go for.
Yeah.
And the level is just incredible, and I'm sure that everybody agrees if we say Jentel completely deserved it. I mean, he basically put windsurfing to another level. Right now we're part of windsurfing history once again. So yeah, congratulations to Jentel, but obviously to all the others. I mean, Leonard also completely ripping, and yeah, just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, watching this, I know, like I said, I'm going to be watching it on repeat forever. This is a benchmark. This is something new. I know Sam's done it before, but the fact that now it's more than one rider just doing it. It's not an anomaly anymore. It's part of the sport now. And despite the fact that it's only in towing, it wouldn't surprise me, especially over the winter. These guys spend a lot of time in Tarifa, Cape Town, Fuerteventura next summer, things like that. I think we're going to start seeing these triple rotations in the wind as well. And Jentel said in that interview that we played in the pre-show and earlier on, he was really saying he believes that as well. He's like, anything's possible. There's no reason why we won't see that in the in the win. So yeah, really, really exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been also amazing to see, Sam was there at the pontoon as well, and he was so stoked for Jentel, and to see this kind of brotherhood and pushing each other because they know that they're pushing windsurfing to the next level.
Yeah.
And this is just amazing. It gave me chills, how excited Sam was for Jentel,
Yeah.
And now it's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
In a positive way.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is one of those things. The tide rises all ships. All it does is more people see it and think it's cool and get into windsurfing. All it does is make the sport bigger, which in turn, each athlete will get more opportunities from that and things like that. And that's what it needs. It needs these guys coming together and saying, what if we try this? What if we do this? What if we bring it round here? Changing these things. What if we try and go for that other rotation? How did you do it? Oh, well, I did it this way. And that's how that innovation happens. And it's cool to see, like you said, that they're happy to collaborate with each other a bit on it rather than kind of, I'm not going to tell you how to do it because I don't want you to learn how to do it. It's my trick,
Exactly. I mean, let's be honest. In the end, we're all sitting in the same boat. Pushing each other is helping windsurfing in the end. So this is exactly the right mindset that we need. And this is, it warms my heart when I see these things,
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, it's such
a day.
It's such a great thing to say. Yeah, I mean, what a day, you know. Obviously, I think Leonard Neubauer, you know, perhaps not quite having the day he wanted. Started off really well, the flat water run, you know, pulled off that incredible air funnel burner, but you know, he didn't quite manage to find his form, I think, on the off the ramp, and a little bit frustrating for him. I mean, still he stomped an incredible Pasco, kept planing,
so
you know,
clean.
coming out with so much
clean.
speed, but I think I think he said it himself in an interview with you. You know, he kind of watched them do the triple and like almost got a bit psyched out by it and was like, "Oh my God, how am I meant to, you know, do that?" And it's kind of a shame for him, I guess, but also it's part of the sport, isn't it?
Absolutely,
you know?
But nevertheless, completely ripping, and I mean, a second position is also amazing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, we'll find out as well. You know, when we go to the podium show, we'll find out whether that will be enough for him to retain his first place in the overall title as well.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, because he put in a really great performance and is just having such a dominant year across every discipline, you know, in the foil style as well. You know, competing in other events around the world as well. You know, he's really kind of, you know, after a couple of years of injury, finding things hard, you know, to see him stepping into this year full power. You know, even at the start of the year, he was out training in Cape Town, and then bringing himself here. You know, he's been putting the time in, he's been putting the reps in. So to see him getting that, I think, is really impressive. Here's his first run of the day. Just this burner. Just how did he get? Where did he get that height and like the torque?
Yeah, the torque, the
gets.
power, the pop.
Yeah,
I mean, everything.
the twist.
He came out.
It's just
his
like incredible.
Hair was totally dry still.
Yeah.
You know, this is also one of the things where I'm always very impressed of. And yeah, just as you say, so much torque, so much power, like out of perfection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, really good. And then yeah, just a shame. But I mean, Leonard is also one of those riders. He trains towing at home.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, obviously he doesn't have the ramp, he doesn't have a wakeboard boat, but I imagine he'll probably end up going back to Naxos. Someone will say, "Look, I'll bring my boat down and let's do it."
One of the ferry boats, maybe, and not going out of
exactly.
the harbors.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they pull it down and yeah, he ends up going for it. Here's the Pasco. Yeah, so landed that so clean. So he's got that double rotation absolutely down. But yeah, it's that that triple he just seems to be having a bit of trouble with. It looks like he kind of wants to go around, and then Sam and Steve. He nearly mixed both of them up. He nearly did a triple rotation with that big, like, stretched out sort of one-handed burner, you know, where he reaches behind him. Just incredible to see.
The crowd loved it. And I mean, one-handed is always super stylish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and this is actually the style factor does matter.
Yeah. No, it does. And I mean, you know, he nearly mixed that up. I mean, if he'd done that and then gone round 3 rotations... But he literally nearly did. You know, he went round two. He went
close.
Yeah, he went round 2.5, and you could see that he was really kind of pushing for that. So again, it's that more innovation, what we want to see, and what Lennart said earlier. You know, hopefully we can keep coming back for this event over the next few years, and every time we do it, we're going to see it. And I think it will bleed into windsurfing. You know, in the wind, it will bleed into it. We are going to see, you know, these kind of more stretched out rotations. This is what I was talking about here. So you can see they're full coming. So there's that big sort of one-handed stretch there, but then somehow managed. So there's one rotation done with the board. So you can see as he started to come in, it almost just slows down a little bit too much there. And as he come around there, you can see the sail's really far back because he wants to keep rotating, but his body was a bit far back as well. If he'd managed to come down like right over it like this, I think he'd have landed and kind of bounced round like Jentel's first one that he did in the training the other day after qualification 1.
I mean, I could imagine that this is his next goal now. You know, he got
think so,
inspired by
for
it
sure.
and he saw how close he was. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes close is just not close enough.
Not close enough.
But we're coming back and waiting for this one then, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. I think, we will start to see it, you know, bleed into, you know, traditional windsurfing, you know, in the wind on the fin, or we're going to start seeing it on the foil. You know, it all kind of starts to come together a little bit.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I for one definitely can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, we've been also pretty lucky with the weather. The weather was helpful for us, you know. Now it started just to rain when it finished, so that's great.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. The rain has just finished, and also another one to look at in terms of like the innovation is Fivos's move as well. You know, Fivos Supras going for that kind of Canabrava in the burner. You know, so sort of throwing himself around here, gets all the way around that burner, that first rotation, and then as he gets here, hand goes down to the clue, bringing himself round. So kind of essentially, he'll come down, come round the last 108 degrees of the board, and land like in that sort of clue first position.
Yeah, and I mean, talking to him in the interview, he was saying that he was super stoked about it actually, because he felt that every run he did, he improved.
Yeah.
And he just feels this kind of innovation and way of getting closer and closer. And eventually, the next one, he will be there, you know?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he's not far off it. You know,
No.
the first time he did it, he kind of got round, but sort of missed the boom a little bit, and the board wasn't as far around the rotation. That second one, he just needed a little bit more height. Just a little bit more height was all he needed. Yeah, but while we wait for the podium show to start, let's get a little word in from our sponsors. So yeah, let's take a little look at Jamie Howard's moves as well. You know, obviously a bit of a difficult day, not quite managing to get around that sort of triple rotation, but you know, definitely still managing to jump around those pascos, landing them super clean. He's definitely got that kind of unique style where he kind of like stalls the rotation a little bit. This was his first one, definitely not what he wanted.
But I was really surprised, sorry to interrupt you, I was really surprised how he was able to save that takeoff, you know? I have no clue how he managed that.
It looked super weird. It looked like he kind of, he didn't, usually when he takes off, he goes really far back and then sort of stalls it a bit. But that one there, it kind of sent him like just straight up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
like
he kind
elevator.
of, literally the elevator sent him straight up, and he got a bit stuck. And then somehow managed to be like, all right, okay, I'll just spin.
Yeah.
And then just landed it.
Yeah, I have no clue how he managed to pull that one off and to save it, you know. But very impressive one from Jamie.
he just got a little bit caught on it, but then managed to fix it for the second one. But yeah, sadly, I don't think it'll get him up onto the podium. Sadly, but still a great effort. And you know, as I said, I think he's been struggling with a little bit of illness over the last day. You know, pretty difficult one. Let's see this. I think this is his last run, so much more. That's much more what we expect from him. But even then, he's still not going quite as high as he was yesterday. You know, he had one yesterday. He went so high, and still coming down over the board, still landing. He's got such a good technique. He's got that move absolutely nailed, dialed in. But yeah, difficult one. You know, for him today, sadly.
I mean, Jamie is one of the riders also who got some really clean landings. You know, sometimes they're like very, very on point, and also this one was actually a very, very good one, very clean technique.
Absolutely. And another piece of innovation that we actually haven't really talked about enough, mainly because it wasn't really showcased properly, and that was George Grisley's final run as well. So you know, trying to do a move in the lead up to the ramp, in the lead up to the wave, and then doing like the second one, so like almost doing a combo but the first one before it. So it's something we've seen in the wind a lot, especially with things like spot culos, you know, like air funnel burners, you know, puneta burners, that kind of thing. I think the first video of it was like Galito back in 2011, you know, in Brazil, and he did this spot up to the wave and then did a cool off the wave, and everyone was just like, what did he just do?
What just
and I think that was a moment as well. So to see that coming into the toe in now, but in a different level of maneuvers now. Now they're doing like a power move before it rather than a sliding move. So like, as he gets towards it, what George was trying to do was do an air funnel in the lead up to the wave and then a burner off the wave. And actually in the practice runs over the last couple of days, he's done air funnel towards the wave and then another air funnel off it. And obviously wanting that burner. But yeah, I think he just got the nose a bit caught, you know, in the one he was trying, you know. I mean, we can take a look at it here. But yeah, he just kind of, as he took off here, you can see like the nose just dug right in. I think the water was potentially just a little bit disturbed, you know, by the wave there. So yeah, pretty frustrating there for George.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously also a very big shout out to the girls. Let's please not forget about the girls, Sandy. The girls have been pulling off an amazing show as well. Lisa absolutely ripping, Maike as well. Both the girls were a little bit unhappy because they said actually the practice runs went better than the actual competition runs, but this is also, everybody knows this problem, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're performing alone, you're training alone, and then everything works out, and as soon as you're in front of a camera doing competition, then nothing works out anymore.
Red light syndrome, they call it, I believe.
Yes, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
As soon as the record button goes, that's it.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
it's really difficult.
But nevertheless, amazing show from them.
Absolutely. Okay, and with that, guys, we are going to go on hold just for a couple of minutes while we get the show ready for the podium show where we will be announcing our 2024 Tow-In champions. All right, and we are back on. And as you can see, the weather has closed in. The action has finished for the day, but the podium show is about to start. So let's head over to Quinton, who is going to be announcing the winners.
A big shout out to all the riders that did an amazing job here in Tropical Corner. All the week they amazed us with incredible moves. Really, it's always a pleasure to have you guys and girls here in Tropical Corner. Please come back next year. We can't wait to see you back here. So, now we'll proceed to the trophy ceremony of the towing competition. I will then hand out the mic to Greta that will give the overall trophies. So, first of all, it was like a really high level competition, really impressive. And I think for the judges it was really hard to know who will be first on this podium. But obviously somebody did a job that we've never seen in the history of towing. So I have the pleasure to call in third position, the French guy from Le Cat, Sam Esteve. Fabien will give the trophy. Third in towing. He was the winner of the last year event. Big applause again. Now in second position. He will for sure come back stronger in a few weeks in Zilt for the final of the World Cup, and he knows what he wants and where he wants to go. The youngster Leonard Neubauer from Greece. And to conclude, he felt like a bird in the sky. He's incredible. He raised his level to perfection. Mr. Yentel Cares. Our local artists, Martin and Marc, every year crafting those nice trophies for you guys.
Go down.
We wish you enjoy it. Thank you. Big applause. So now, next category. For the girls that make us the pleasure to come every year and compete in those difficult conditions. They have been amazing, throwing an incredible show and coming back here year after year. More important, we wish that there will be more in the future because they are an inspiration for other women to get in freestyle and get into windsurfing. So, in third position, I have the pleasure to call our representative for Switzerland, Anina Heimos. Go, sir, please.
Third. Yes.
Thank you, Anina. In second position, it has been a hard battle because she raised so much her level since last year. She is coming from Germany. It's Lisa Kloster. I am sure that you will learn this culo very soon. So, in first position, she has been amazing during all the competition. I have the pleasure to call Mikey Hooverman from Netherlands. Bravo. Bravo, bravo. I did, Fabien, I did. So now I will hand out the mic to Greta that will continue this official ceremony about, and she will talk us about the overall ranking of the year. Too much.
Merci, Quentin. Thank you. All right, so that's been already very exciting, and we continue with the overall titles now, so even more exciting. So, ladies first, we continue again with the women. In third place for the FPT Towing European Champion title from Switzerland, Miss Anina Aivas. All right. Vice FPT Towing European Champion 2024 from Germany, Miss Lisa Kloster. All right, start to make some noise. FPT 2024 Female European Champion, Miss Maike Overman! Make some noise for these beautiful ladies, come on guys! All of them? Okay. Maike, some words for the crowd about your title?
I had an amazing week here. It was super fun to see all of you watching and cheering us on. Thank you to Adam and all the organization and the organizers, of course. Thank you for such a cool event. It's always fun to be here.
Okay, thank you, girls. Okay, we continue with the overall towing titles for the men. In third position, 2024 overall, from the UK, Mr. Jamie Howard. Congrats, Jamie, well done. Vice European Towing Champion 2024. Make some noise for Mr. Leonard Neubauer! Congrats, Leonard. This is what I got.
This is the first, yeah, there is
This is what we got from you. This is what we got. That's correct. Downgraded.
I'm sorry, guys. Let's do a little recalculation. camera back, please. All right, so we start again. Vice European Towing 2024 champion, Mr. Jentl Kers. Congrats, Jentl. Well done. Ladies and gents, make some noise for the 2024 European Towing champions, Mr. Leonard Neubauer. Well done, guys. Congratulations. Make some noise once again. Come on. This is your 2024 Towing podium. Leonard, some words?
Yeah, thanks first of all to everyone organizing. Without all the helpers, for sure it wouldn't be possible. I think it was very smooth with the way the winch worked, and it was just for us made very easy to perform. The wave was very consistent, and like Jentl, I don't even know what to say. Like, he destroyed the spot today. And yeah, just wish we had Julian Mass in the final, but maybe next year.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys. All right, and we continue with the foil style overall titles, because this has been the last foil style event of the season. So we're going to crown our champions as well. We continue again with the women. Foil style European champion 2024. Make some noise for Mikey Hooverman. Mikey, congratulations. Obviously, we're hoping to see more ladies soon competing in this category, but the podium is yours. So guys, make some more noise for this very strong lady. Woo! And we continue with the overall title men. In third position, Foil Style European Championship 2024. Unfortunately, he's not here with us today, Mr. Steven Brackhoven. Steven, if you're watching this, our heart is with you. Looking forward to have you back. Vice European Foil Style Champion 2024. Make some noise for Mr. Jentl Kers.
I think we had very, very good conditions in Vieste, so we could actually show what we've been training the whole year, and even on the smaller size sails. So yeah, I think the sport is actually improving every year. We're seeing new moves, and the level is just so high. So I'm looking forward to share some more podiums in the next years with these two, I guess. This one, two. So yeah, thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it with the official prize giving. Thank you so much, everybody watching here under the rain. Thank you, everybody, for watching also the live stream. It's amazing to have so many of us following us. Thank you so much. Maybe you want to add something, guys?
Little conclusion. Well, yeah, we'll make a picture of everybody, but first of all, a big thank to all the FPT team. You're doing a great job year after year. Thanks to the public, and see you next year.
Okay, and that was it for the GVA Wind Festival 2024. We hope that you guys enjoyed all of the action. Great to be crowning all of our champions. Of course, Leonard Neubauer just having such an incredible year, being so dominant over the last year. Really putting on such a great show. You know, 2 titles there, both across the foil style and the tow-in, just being so dominant. You know, really stepping up. Jentl Kers, of course, taking away some of the wins as well. He's definitely got all of the moves, and to see him step up even further today. Just incredible one. Really, really stoked as well for Jamie Howard on the men's side to come away with that third place. You know, I think he was a bit worried about being knocked off that podium. So really great to see. And then of course on the women's side as well, Micah Hooverman, you know, holding on to just that string of dominance. She's such a great ambassador, such a great ambassador for the sport. You know, an amazing ambassador, you know, for getting women into windsurfing, but just people in general, you know, and really, really promoting the sport. And then, you know, Lisa Kloster and Anina as well, both, again, just great ambassadors. You know, Lisa, always a smile on her face. She's always stoked no matter what. So, yeah, really, really great to see. What an event it's been.
Oh, amazing. I mean, honestly, Sandy, I'm always a bit melancholic and sad when the last day has arrived, you know, but we're here to crown our champions, and this is what we did. And I mean, nothing really to add, you know, it's been an amazing event. I think all the action, all the images, they basically speak for themselves, you know. And said this, unfortunately, that was it for the 2024 event here in Geneva.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much for all of you for watching. We hope you guys have enjoyed the action. Don't forget you can keep up with all the behind-the-scenes action and keep up with what's coming up. This still isn't the end of the season for the event. We've still got more, a very, very exciting event to round out the rest of the season over in Naxos. So make sure you're following us at Freestyle Pro Tour and stay tuned with all the action. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you, Greta, for calling the action.
Thank you so much, Sandy. As always, a pleasure.
Yep, guys, take it easy, and we will see you next time.
Ciao, guys.